If you are a high-ticket coach or consultant and you are struggling with a high no-show rate, I'm going to talk about the three most important things that you need to be focusing on in order to improve your show rate. So the first one is obviously your confirmation page. I see so many people, when someone opts in from your booking form, you have a short period of time before they bounce. So it's really important that you take advantage of the page that you're on. So your confirmation page needs to have a video that obviously confirms why they booked their call. You need to also have proof on this page, so testimonials. Think of it like kind of like a second VSL. The third thing that you also need to have is what I call objection killers. These objection killers could be 2 or 3 additional videos down below the main video. So your main video should welcome them or thank them for booking their call, scheduling, let them know what's going to happen, let them know, the purpose, all of that stuff, just kind of reconfirming why they booked the call. Obviously, down below that, you should reference some additional videos, and those videos should knock down the objection. So I would say something like, hey, down below this video, you're going to see some additional videos that's going to help you prep for our call so you get the most out of it. We want to make sure that you maximize your time and get the most out of it for you. And these videos should address the main objections that you typically get. That might be price, it might be spouse, it might be whatever, but take advantage of that time. So that's the first thing, is your confirmation page. The second thing, obviously, is your reminder sequence. Now, so many people just rely on their booking software. Maybe it's Calendly or one of the others, or even just the basic, hey, congrats, your call is booked, and your don't forget about your call kind of emails. You have to get more creative than that now, okay? You need to take advantage, just like on your confirmation page, you need to take advantage of the email sequences, but you also need SMS. So of course, email, you need SMS, and maybe even a Loom video. This is something that I'm doing with a lot of my clients right now, and it's really helping with show rates. You shouldn't be allowing people to book more than 2 days out. Hopefully you're not doing that. If you are doing that, that would be the first lever that I would pull, is just shrink that down to a couple of days out, preferably 1 day out, and see what impact that has on your show rate. If that doesn't have an impact, then you may not be taking advantage of the confirmation page. Your reminder sequence may not be dialed in. But in addition to the normal reminders, you should have a confirmation, and then on that confirmation email and the confirmation SMS, a little bit of a reminder of why they booked. Again, just like the confirmation page, reconfirming why they did it in the first place. But the Loom video that you should also send should be separate than that. It should be personalized if possible. It should cover what they filled out in their application. If you don't have them filling out an application and they're just booking a call, well, then you should take this Loom opportunity to say, hey, Ben, I saw that you booked a call and I'm really looking forward to it. Judging by what you've looked at, and maybe it's the lead magnet or the VSL or whatever they opted in from, judging by that, you're likely experiencing this. Hopefully you have them fill out some kind of pre-call application. And that leads me into the number 3, the purpose of the call. And this is probably the most important thing that has changed in the high ticket space. And it's what I'm going to spend a majority of this video talking about, because it is the least talked about in the industry. See guys, 2 to 3 years ago, even a year ago, it was a lot easier. You could get someone to opt in on a lead magnet, they'd book a call, same day, next day, max. It was a lot easier. People were responding to your messaging. It was easier to get people interested in your offer. Now it's gotten a lot harder. Consumers are in this scrutiny phase in the market, no matter what niche that you're a part of. So it's gotten harder to convince people. Most people know that this is going to be a sales call. So what I'm encouraging you to do is to flip that on its head. Don't make it a sales call. Make the call have a purpose. I'm going to give you a real life example of a client that I work with. She coaches menopause clients, so women who are going through perimenopause and menopause. And one of the tools that I helped her create was what we call a symptom screening. Basically, we run ads to it. It's in her community. It's really part of the kind of the first touch with everything that they do, because what the screening does is it helps women identify, okay, you've got all these symptoms. This is probably the root cause, but that only gives them a little bit of the picture. The next step after that is to get a lot more clarity and create a plan around your specific situation. That's the goal. So the sales call doesn't become a strategy call or a discovery call or even a sales call. It becomes more of a planning session. And that is what I'm encouraging you to do with your offer. Whatever industry, whatever niche that you're in, whatever your offer is, you should have some sort of diagnostic feature. If you'd like some advice and some insight into creating these tools, I'm sure somewhere in my videos, you'll find, and maybe I'll link to it. I'll try to link to it, where I talk about creating custom lead magnets like these diagnostic quizzes and scorecards and these types of things. And one of the things that this is going to allow you to do is to give kind of a natural bridge to that next step. So when someone goes through and they fill out this diagnostic quiz, the logical next step should be to get on a call to do something. But the problem is a lot of you are thinking that people, they don't realize it's a sales call. So you're just going to say, hey, here's what my offer is. Here's what you want to do. If you want to learn more about it, get on a call. That's not enough anymore. You have to give people a reason. You got to give them a purpose to get on the phone with you. And that is the secret. The purpose of the call has to move them to take that next action. It's got to make sense. And it's got to be something that they really, really want to be a part of. And so here's the next level of this is give them homework. Give them something to bring with them to that call. So what my client does is we have them basically they take their responses to the form screening that they go through and gives them that to kind of bring to the call with them. And there might even be some additional steps. So you could do this too. Let's say that you're in the relationship space and you're coaching men on how to build better relationship with women, right? And you could have them go through a screening or like a diagnostic tool to kind of find out where they're missing out. And you could say, okay, this is where you're at, right? So you could have the custom results there, and this is where you're at, but this is just part of the picture. And, in order to reach the next step, you've got to you've got to develop a plan to make you the whole person so that you can have better results. Maybe you're in the financial space. You could have someone go through a questionnaire, like an investment diagnostic, ask them questions about where they're at with their investing, what their goals are. And you could have a custom results page that identifies exactly where they're at and then offers, okay, the next step for you is to get on a planning call with us and we'll map out exactly what the best strategy is based on, thousands of clients that we've worked with to get you to your goal. And here's what you need to bring to your call. So your confirmation page video can be, hey, thanks so much for, going through the scorecard. Here's the next step. Bring this with you to your call. Down below this video, you'll see a button to click on. These are all strategies that allow you to connect with people at more of that personal level. And that's what people are missing. That's what the consumer is wanting, is they don't want generic anymore. They don't want, because they know it's a sales call if you just treat it like a normal sales call. But if you treat it with a purpose, if you treat that call with a genuine purpose and a logical progression from the lead magnet that they came in on, you're going to see your show rates increase. Okay. So give people a purpose, give them some homework, give them something to bring to the call. If you've ever gone to a doctor's appointment, right? What do they have you do? They have you fill out the form, right? And they're going to have the results with you. And then they're going to go over the result at your session. If you've ever applied to something, you're filling out an application, right? And you get on maybe it's a phone interview first before you meet in person. You're going to go over some of that stuff. And here's what I need you to bring to that call, whether it's references or something like that, right? So if you think about that, things that you are definitely going to show up for, there's a real purpose behind the call. And that's the secret to improving your show rates. Yes, confirmation page can help. Your reminder sequences can help. But the most important thing that you're going to do is give people a purpose to get on that call.